Okay, dinner. I'm getting started on dinner. Cornish hens, mushrooms, sauteed with mushroom and onions. First step, I got my skillet on over here. I need my onions. And one thing I love to do with my onions, when it's time to cut them, if I'm sauteing them, I have to show you. It really don't matter on how you cut it, but for me, when I'm making sauteed onions, instead of cutting it against the grain, I cut it with. I cut it with the grain. Okay? And to get these to saute right and to caramelize, I keep my skillet on low. Put a little oil, some salt, and just keep an eye on them and they'll start carameling. Enough to coat the bottom because you're not frying the onion, and you're going to turn it on low and put the onions in, sprinkle some salt, and just keep your eyes on them. You don't want them to burn. Okay, there goes that. While that is doing that, I want to show you something that I do. You know the big seasoning bottles, once they're empty, I like to make, because sometimes I make food where I need all the same seasoning. So I make my own garlic powder, seasoning salt. If you're not going to put salt in it, then use seasoning salt. If you're going to use seasoning salt, don't add salt. Don't make it too salty. Black pepper, lemon pepper. When you're making these, try to stay away from like garlic salt, onion salt. They all have to be pepper. The only salt you should have in here is seasoning salt or regular salt. Garlic pepper. Curry. I have more curry. I'll fill this up later. Cumin. add some more black pepper. Herbs. Now, I put seasoning salt in here, but I'm also putting some, it's called zesty seasoning salt. It's real good. And that's the basic seasoning. I use this a lot when I want to use some rub on my chicken, which I'm going to use for my Cornish hens. Show you the onions. They're starting to get soft, and because they're low, they'll start caramelizing before they really start cooking. Okay, I'm going to take my mushrooms. In my pan that I'm going to put my meat in. My mushrooms, I'm just going to cut them straight. I don't want them too thin. Oh, wait a minute. Let me go rinse these then. Okay. I love mushrooms, so I don't want mine too thin. Okay, I'm going to set these aside until the onions get ready. Now these are about 1 pound Cornish hen. I'm going to spray my pan. This is butter flavor spray. Instead of rubbing my Cornish hen down with butter, I'm going to spray them on both sides. At first the back, and I'm going to use my rub. And you're going to put this thick onto your chicken. And you're not going to close the wings, and you're not going to pull the legs together. You're going to leave them spread open when you put them in there. I'm going to make it thick. I need about 4 garlic cloves. Okay. I'm going to show you, just press it and you'll get the whole clove. I'm going to stick these inside 2 in each and just sit them in there. 2 in each one. And like I said, these are only a pound, so they're small. So you only need to cook these an hour and a half. $3.50. One more. That's all I'm doing with that for now. And then I'm going to put these in the oven, $3.50 for 1 hour. Okay, for 1 hour. See how my onions look? There they go. They're starting to caramelize, as you can see. Now, once you start seeing them caramelizing, that's when you're going to put your mushrooms in. Still have your fire on low. Okay, and those will get real, real tender. Then I'll come back because in 30 minutes, even though I'm supposed to let the Cornish hen cooks for an hour, but after the 30 minutes, I got to remove them from the oven, and then I layered the bottom with the onions and the mushrooms, and I'll come back and put that together in 30 minutes.